a 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi y'all, welcome to Flambaé, my dumpster fire of a cooking show. My name is Yanni. Today we're going to make Za'atar braised chicken legs. It's gonna make you go, delicious. Gross. They're gonna be juicy and delicious. We have a Za'atar seasoning that's going to be a dry rub, lemons, shallots, garlic. What more could you want from this? My dears, if you have not already, please make sure to roast that like button, set it ablaze. Let's get on with the cooking. There's a whole bunch of you out here. There's a whole bunch of new people out there. Thank you for subscribing. And as for you that have been here from the beginning, there's a special place in my heart for you. I appreciate every single one of you. Mwah. Hello, I'm over here. My eyes are here. She ain't teaching you how to cook, I am. So we're going to start with 4 chicken legs. These are organic. You want to make sure you're getting good quality chicken. These were not cooped up in a cage. These were roaming around a farm, happily clucking about. Okay, take some salt and season your chicken legs. This is going to be really, really important. I normally like to do this 24 hours in advance. That way the salt gets really, really deep down into those proteins. Now, when you take it out of the fridge, you want to do this about an hour before you want to cook it. That way it really, really tempers. If you want, you can use a paper towel, dry off the skin, but at this point, this is tempered for so long that the skin is dry. And that's going to make for some really crispy, really delicious chicken. And next we have our Za'atar blend. Za'atar is probably one of my favorite spices. This is a Lebanese Za'atar. If you're in New York City, they sell a gorgeous blend of this at Kalustyan's. It is a spice shop in Manhattan. It's absolutely fantastic. If not, you can actually make this yourself. There's like ground up sumac and oregano. There are sesame seeds in there. There's a whole bunch of oops, can I say that? There's a whole bunch of stuff in Za'atar. So if you don't have any accessible, you can actually make this by yourself. Make sure to get both sides. This is going to absorb any remaining moisture on the skin of this chicken. Rub it in, massage it in like you're on vacation and it is your neglected boyfriend, all right? Set this aside, let it marinate. Does this make you uncomfortable, rubbing the chicken? It's like a drum show. Because they're drumsticks? Ah! Oh, God. I love dinner. Get your big cutting board. Get your sharpest knife in the shed and grab a few shallots. We are just going to get ready. This is gonna be so much fun. Slice the tip, slice through the center lengthwise, and then peel it. After that, you don't do anything else. That's it. That's the prep for the shallots. It's so easy. Whoops. I need to secure this cutting board. This is too, like, whoa! It's like so wonky. It does whatever it wants, but no. I'm the man of the house, not this cutting board. That was not me. that was a character. A damp towel to secure it. What is the word for like shallots, onions, garlic, scallions? They're allium. Oh my God. I mean, if you want to look at the anatomy of a shallot, you're welcome to look at that crispy skin salmon video. We really break it down. I mean, the skin, the basal plate, the tunic, we get really into our alliums. It's invigorating, actually. Okay, so let's set these bad boys aside. Garlic, I mean, slice off the end, crush it, and then it really literally just slips right out of the peel. If you're not already cutting garlic like this, you are wasting your time. You're stressed about sleeping enough, this is gonna cut tens of thousands of hours out of your entire lifetime. I mean, imagine sitting there like a bozo peeling garlic. We've got a whole lemon. What you're gonna do is slice off those ends. Nobody wants to eat that. Slice it in half this way, and we're gonna do like half moon little rounds. So I would say about 1/4 inch or something, you know? Thin enough so it like gets crispy and delicious, but not so thin that it burns really quickly. I use whole lemons in everything. I mean, if you eat at my table, chances are you're chomping on a whole freaking lemon. They're amazing. Start using the whole thing. Plus it's less wasteful. You use a lot more of it. Grab your parsley and we're just gonna shave it. You just wanna chop it, just like go crazy here. Don't do that, that's unsafe. We don't play around in the kitchen, especially with knives in our hands, okay? The kitchen is fun, but not that fun. You know if you've chopped parsley correctly, if there is not like green stuff at the bottom, if it's not like leaking juices, that's when you know you've properly cut parsley. Because it means you're actually cutting through it and you're not squishing it. This is gonna have so many herbs. This is gonna add like a beautiful freshness to the dish. We are going to garnish it with this. Fresh scallions. You just wanna chop off the roots, get rid of that. You're not gonna eat it. If you want, you can actually plant these, surprisingly, I know, what? What we're gonna do is chop the whites off of the bottom. And once we get into the territory where it's the greens, what we're gonna do is angle the knife, and you wanna cut these on the bias. It's gonna have a lot of surface area. It's gonna be super crunchy and just visually stunning. So the whites are gonna go in with the lemons, and then the greens are gonna go in with the parsley. So they're going in the dish at different points. It is about to get filthy, so let's move on over to the stove. Can you not get so close to my face, please? This is too much. That's rude. Okay, stop. No. Eyes over here. I thought we established this. Eyes over here. Come on. Let's get cooking. Good looking. Grab a big fat pan and slap it on your stove. Turn the heat on. We're gonna take our chicken legs. We are going to sear them in the pan. You want it medium to medium high heat. I have a very strong stove, so I'm gonna go medium. But the goal is to get that skin super, super crispy, have the fat render out, but not get it to completely cook through. Because later we're gonna lower the flame and let it simmer in liquid. I'm just gonna do a little bit of olive oil. I say a little bit usually, and it's not true, but this is just a little bit. Ready? That's it. That's it. That's all we need. Just so it doesn't stick too much. Next, we're gonna take our chicken legs, put them in the pan. For now, I'm only gonna do 2 at a time. This skillet is too small for me to do all 4 of them. If these were smaller, I could fit them, but I need enough space for them for the steam to escape, because otherwise we're not gonna get that crispy skin that we're looking for. We need good browning, and with good browning comes a lot of space. You wanna hear some ASMR? Okay, ready? How's that? All right, these look nice and browned. I'm gonna set them aside on this plate out here. There's all this chicken fat that's been rendered out in here. The spices have gotten a little crispy. We're gonna toss in our shallots as well as our garlic. Give it a nice little mix. And season with salt. And this is going to cook and like soak up some of that chicken fat. It's gonna release some of its own moisture. We want these to get nice and brown, so spread them out, leave them for a minute. Cool, so these larger alliums have gotten nice and browned. They've cooked just enough, but they're not tender yet. I'm tossing in the scallions now, the scallion whites, just because they're smaller pieces. In addition, we have the rest of these spices here. Anything that fell off the chicken in the dry rub, just gonna toss it in. And lastly, our lemon slices. Spread them out. Try to make sure they make contact with the pan. You want the lemons to brown just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we're gonna start off with a big tablespoon of honey. Put this into a measuring cup. Next, a big tablespoon of spicy spicy mustard. And I mean the kind with like the mustard seeds in there. The really, really good stuff. So pop it in here. And lastly, we're gonna take this measuring cup and fill it with water. Let's start with a cup. We may need more in this mixture, but I don't think so. Let's see. So this is gonna be the liquid that our chicken kind of cooks in. We're gonna add in flavor from every corner possible. So just make sure you mix this in. That way you don't have any clumps of honey like at the bottom. So we're gonna take our chicken, we're gonna put it back in the pan, kind of nuzzle it in there. You want it to get nice and comfy. Try to make sure, you know, it's like touching the bottom of the pan. If you need to pick up some of the other stuff, pop it on top. That's okay. There's room for all of us here. And you just want to like pour the stuff that's sat at the bottom of this plate back in. This is all juice. It is all flavor. Now we're going to pour in our honey mustard. Honey mustard. Honey mustard. Now we're going to pour in our honey mustard water. So we've put enough water in the pan so it covers the chicken about 65% of the way. That way, as it cooks, it slowly braises it. We know it's done when a good portion of that water content has evaporated. So it's slowly gonna cook it. It's gonna get super juicy and it will be falling off the bone delicious. So hold tight. We'll be back. Good amount of our liquid is gone. Let's grab a plate. It's like all the lemons have dissolved. It's beautiful. And now we're going to spread our parsley, a little bit of scallion mixture on top, a little bit of fresh greens, fresh herbs. Let's dig in. This looks and smells to die for. Let's get some of those shallots, a little bit of lemon. This chicken is so tender, it falls off the bone. The Za'atar is like the star of the show, and then you have all the alliums and the bite of the lemon. I mean, you have that sharpness, little kick from the mustard. I mean, this is my weekly rotation. I eat this constantly, all the time. This was born out of a trip to Fire Island. We show up to the house, and the Airbnb owner is like, I'm sorry, we don't have a working oven. And I was like, what? You didn't tell me this beforehand? So we show up and I'm like, what do I make? That's where this came from. A dish that you can scale up or scale down depending on the amount of people you have. Really easy to make on the stove. You don't need to move it at all. So take this, run like the wind, feed the people you love. My dears, my loves, my little Flambaés. Please make sure to go and roast that like button, set it ablaze. Hit subscribe, tap on that little notification bell. As always, my name is Yanni, and thank you for watching Flambaé. Wow. Hi, I haven't done this in so long.